complexity of the disputes which you're seeing at SICC. I think moving on to Shweta, the arbitration is no longer simple contractual commercial disputes anymore. There are various facets to an arbitration today. It could be something which is focused on oil and gas, it could be a construction arbitration, it could be a maritime arbitration. So it's not just pure play arbitration in place. There is a need for a sector or an industry focus which is required today. I believe CIAT does have several courses in place and an academy which looks at these specific areas. So, is there something specific we can expect from CIAT in coming times, which where we can understand that it's not just about administering an arbitration, the procedure itself, but the institution is looking at providing, having arbitrators, tribunal secretaries who understand the subject, the industry, and then how it translates when it comes to an arbitration in that particular area.
I think I'll borrow from what Justice Sundaresh mentioned once that the role of arbitral institution is no longer about just being a gatekeeper. There is, of course, the thought leadership. Also, be mindfully aware of the needs for which the institutions exist. SIC is a service provider, of course. But I mean, so far as the sectors go, it's always been the case. I mean, of course, we've had trade-related disputes, corporate-related disputes, oil and gas, energy, infra, construction, always been there. And the idea was to constantly look to widen the pool of arbitrators who will be able to understand the nuances in each of these sectors. Which I think why in the first place you have arbitration, because you're looking at expert deciders. We from the panel of arbitrators that SIC maintains, we also have the IP panel, which is separate. We're also considering to have more sector-specific, within the panel that sort of divide and identification. We also, constantly on the lookout to identify arbitrators with that. I mean, now we have more, I think, interesting disputes come up with crypto, fintech, which are highly specialized. While you may have arbitrators who are excellent on procedures and law, but in terms of understanding these industries, there is a greater need to create that pool to identify those people being able to slot, and which I think comes back to the value of the institution to be able to appoint the right arbitrator on your case. Which I think, Justice Gupta talked about why institutions and between ad hoc and institutional arbitration. But really, I think the crux and the heart of an institution lies in being able to appoint the most suitable arbitrator on your case. So the job, and I think those antennas to be up and identify even amongst the practitioners. So when we look at people arguing on a case and we know that this person is excellent on crypto understanding and how he might be suited to either be on our reserve panel, which is a panel that we maintain from our own list that we quite often use to appoint on different cases who may not be on the publicly available panel as well. But so that exercise is one part of identifying the arbitrators. The other is the role of the thought leadership and also the responsibility of the institution to train people. So SIC runs a vertical within its own strategy and development for academy. So we're now running specialized academy, including for investment treaty arbitrations, for construction related, and also for fintech related disputes. So we constantly evolve